This video is specifically for those that have the fear of starting up business, either big or small. Now, having known that business is really not for the weak, you must be prepared emotionally and even financially, partially. See, when you are having a fear of starting up a business, I will tell you that fear is a limitation which you need to overcome. How do you overcome this fear? Number one, you must get the source, list out the source of your fear. Look at the areas of where this fear is coming from. Are you scared of losing money? Are you scared of what people will say? Are you scared of having divide mind? What is this, the source of your fear? That is the first thing I need to know. And after this video, you can let me know via the comment section so that let's see how we can deal with it together. Then number two, how to kill this fear. You must start small. You don't need to start big. Test your capacity, your ability in a small business and see how you can scale and how you can grow. Listen, you don't need millions or tons of billions of naira or dollars to start up a business. You can start small. Yes. When I say small, anyway, the kind of business you want to start determines. And there are some business you need a little millions. There are some you need a little thousands. There are some you don't need any money at all. Which, as we begin to progress, I'll be able to teach some businesses you can start without you spending a dime. And one of the business is logistics, which I am into. Now, I'll give you a brief story. I've done a lot of businesses, some failed and some remain. And one of the business that I started without me spending a dime or a kobo is the logistic business, Stone Cargo Services Limited. When I started this business years ago, a lot of persons laughed me because it looked impossible. It looked as if it's not going to be possible at all. But what did I kill? I look at my source of fear. And what's my source of fear? Number one, what will people say? Number two, how will I get the money? Number three, how will I get the client? So when I understand that this was my three fear that was limiting me a bit, what I do, I start to see how I can tackle them. I want to understand that my source of fear was just three. Number one, what will people say? And what will people say has been a problem to so many persons. Why some persons remain single? Why some persons have not started that business? I said, no, I will not give a listening ear to what people will say. Let them say whatever they want to say. What matters to me is the end result. So I kick off that business, and what people were saying, you are too small, you don't have the capacity, you've not been to abroad before, how come you want to start an international business, blah blah blah. They were saying all sort of things. While they were saying it, I was busy doing my self-development, looking for information, looking for connection, looking for all the things I needed to do, just to turn what they believe or what they are saying to turn it down. Then I look at it when it comes to area of finance. How will I get finance to start up a logistic business? I don't have money. I just graduated from University of Benin, but there's no money with me. So what will I do? I began to leverage on other source. I began to look at how I can kick up this business without money. Then there's what we call other people's money, OPM. So I have to leverage on you giving me the deal, pay me for the deal. Then from what you have paid me, I have to pay others. So I gradually, which we'll talk more about it in the nearest future. That's how I began that issues. And today, the logistics business is doing well and very fine and healthy. It has given birth to a lot of businesses. Now, what I'm trying to say is that what people will say, you can overcome it if that is your challenges. And number two, the source of income. Number three, don't be scared to start small. You don't need billions of money to start up the business. You must start somewhere. Why you start somewhere? One thing I will tell people for free: don't be scared to start small, but be scared to remain small. You must try everything possible to see how you can scale through. So the fear of starting up businesses, if you know the source where the fear is coming, look at how to tackle it. Then number two, you must not start big. Yes, you must not start big. Like I said earlier on, it depends on the kind of business you want to do. Some of them need to start big. But in as much you are new to the business, learn to start small. Number four, you must have a shift mind, a mind shift. Instead of you thinking about the failure, why don't you think about the success? Sometimes some persons want to start up a business, but their fear is, what if I fail? Instead of you to ask yourself, what if I fail? Ask yourself, what if I succeed? You must shift your mind from the failure to the success. You must shift your mind from the impossible to possibility. Every great businessman and woman you know on this earth, they once have the same fear you have. But what makes them to be outstanding is their ability to kill that thing that is eating them up. So kill that area of what if I fail and put it what if I succeed, and definitely you will succeed. Now, another way you must do, you can't scale through alone. You must have somebody who are already in that business. Yes. So if you have somebody that's already in the business, learn from that person, Ask questions from the person. Let the person mentor you. And when you know what's happening, the fear of starting up that business will be killed because you will learn from someone else's mistakes. A great writer once said something. He said, "Do not learn from your own mistakes, but learn from others' mistakes." So by learning from other person's mistakes, you must have also learned their skills and their strategies of succeeding. Number five, you must surround yourself with supportive people, those persons that have like mind. You cannot be a business person and all your friends that are advising you, that work with you, that encourages you. There are people that believe in salary alone. So if you have this kind of cycles within you, I tell you for free, you will be very much scared to start up that business. So for you to kill the fear of starting a business, you must surround yourself with like mind, with people that can support you with the idea, with people who have been there before, with people who also have the same dream with you. By the time you surround yourself with them, remember what the Bible says. It says, "Iron sharpeneth iron." So like mind will help you to kill the fear of starting up business. You must avoid negative advice and negative friends who are not in line with business. Now, if I should ask you now, you that is thinking of business, how many people do you know in that same business you want to start who are already succeeding in it? How many of them are your friends? How many of them you are already looking up onto? How many of them is already your mentor? How many? So you don't have knowledge of the business you want to start. You want to start it, definitely you will fail. So to kill the fear of business, number six, you must have knowledge of the business you want to go into. Honestly speaking, you want to start selling cars and you don't know name of cars, you don't know the brand of cars, you don't know the years of cars, you don't know where anything, you don't even know things about color. I tell you for free, you will fail. This one is not fear, this one is deliberate failure. So you must have knowledge of the business you intend to start. You must learn the business that you want to go into. Sometimes it is not free. You have to pay for it. And like I tell you a couple of minutes back, I've spent thousands of money learning this logistics business. I've spent thousands of dollars learning this logistics business. But if I tell you, you might not believe it. There was a time I have to borrow and look for money after I started this business because I want to skate through. I paid $1,200 for a conference, all because I needed more knowledge. And that knowledge I will share with you, but it's not free. You're going to pay for it too. Yes, because knowledge is not free. So for you to become a master in that business you intend to do, I tell you for free, you must learn it. You must have knowledge of it. Yes. And you must listen to those who have been there before you and those who are ahead of you already. The next one you must do if you want to avoid the fear of starting a business, risk management. You must learn to manage risk. Yes. Now, if you want to start up a business that you don't have knowledge of, you don't know anything about it, you want to take loan from the bank or from family or all your savings and put to that same business, it's like a blind man traveling from one point to another without a means of escort. So such person must fall into a ditch. That's the truth. So risk management is a key point if you must succeed in business and if you must start up that business. You must have been able to learn how to manage risk. How do you manage risk? You must write down the risk in that business and also look for solution to that same risk even before you start the business. Now, let me give you an example, a case study. Now, you want to start selling clothes, and you are going to be importing your clothes from outside countries to Nigeria that you want to sell. Now, you must understand the risk of custom challenges. You must understand the risk of delay. Now, imagine your capital is 200 million naira and you want to start up a such business. I will advise you, because of the risk factor, don't put the full 200 million you have in that business. What will you do? Start small. That's why I leverage on the process of starting small earlier. So try and start small and see how you can tackle. If, for example, now XYZ happens and that goods is being seized or held by custom, now you've not lost your total capital. You only lose part of it. Now, whatever that make them to seize that goods, you must have learned how to solve it before you go to that market again. If not, there's going to be a repetition of seize and you'll be out of capital. And automatically, that fear you have, the fear of losing money you have at the beginning, you must have succeeded in it. So you must write out the risk and see how you can tackle the risk before going into that business. Every business has its own advantage and disadvantages. Don't just look at the advantage alone. You must understand that there's a disadvantage alongside with these advantages. So what will you do? Look at the advantage first, then go to the disadvantage. Now look at the profit, then look at the lose. Compare them together. Does it worth it? How can I solve this problem of disadvantages? If you can solve it, I tell you for free, you will go high in that business. Others are failing the business does not mean you will fail. Others are failing because they've not been able to solve the problem of failing. And that might be your primary assignment. Solving the problem of failing for others, and you make more money. Take one step today. Remember, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Now, that business you have in your mind, that you have planned in your mind, after watching this video, I want you to take a step now. Probably you need to make a call. Probably you need to visit somebody. Probably you need to attend a seminar. Probably you need to look for that man, that woman who have been doing the business. Probably you need to ask questions. You must take the step today. Now, even as you are watching this video, the next point is to take action. Even if it is scared, take action. See, I tell people sometimes, I say one of the most dangerous action takers I have known are those people that travel from Nigeria to Libya via road. They already understand. I take them, see, you study these persons, these people. If you can study them very well, then you can take any business action. These people understand that that route is dangerous. There are expenses on the way, there are a lot of damages on the way, there are too many risks on the way. You will still see numbers of people on that same journey. You know their hope. They have a hope of succeeding. And I tell you, if you look carefully, most of them usually succeed. So you must be a man of action taking, even if it is scared. Now, do you know that sometimes the rich, they have taken a lot of risk that even you by yourself, if you have been told, no, you will call them they are mad, that how can someone take such risk? It's not just a risk, it's action taken at a time when needed. Courage is not absence of fear. It's moving forward despite the fear. You must be courageous to take the action. I leave you with this. Action destroys fears. Fear is temporary. Regret is permanent. See you in my next edition.